This is a partial contact. It is an authorized but unofficial translation and may contain errors. Contact Report 433 Translation. An important message for the listener of this document: we, Dyson, Devine and Vivian Legg of www.guyarguys.net have been given permission by Billy Meyer, www.figu.org, to make these unofficial, preliminary translations of Figu material. Please be advised that our translations may contain errors.
Have you discovered anything new about the fact that such strange things happen to us in the center, such as things which disappear without a trace, without having someone visible taking them away? A few days ago, Ava put 2 photographic slides on the box for me, and without anyone being able to take them away from us, they simply vanished without a trace, as did the book, at that time, which was placed in the bookshelf, as we both saw on the recordings, just suddenly, from one moment to the next, disappeared without a trace, never to reappear, as have many other things too. Also, it is indeed inexplicable that Guido's alarm clock regularly runs backwards if he has it here in the center, but normally runs forwards when he has it at home again. And now, the same phenomenon also occurred with the second alarm clock, which he brought with him. Also, there is the matter of when I write something on the computer and then later something completely different is expressed, and it often has the opposite of that which I have written, or that entire paragraphs or individual words disappear or are altered, which is just as strange as many other occurrences which go along the same lines and have already often created irritation. And this has been going on for years, and it looks as if any number of goblins, were such to exist, want to drive us mad.
This is certainly not the case, because goblins are mythical creatures which have never existed, as you have immediately corrected your remark. We cannot explain all these incidents either. However, I have a suspicion that any number of human entities from another dimension are making mischief, perhaps out of the terrestrial future, whereby a justification for that, however, appears to be extremely puzzling. But it is also possible that, at the actual present time, secret terrestrial laboratories exist, about which we have no inkling, and we cannot find out anything about them, because they are shielded against any electromagnetic vibrations from inwards to outwards, and from outwards to inwards in such a way that even our possibilities of finding out and analyzing fail. This is absolutely in the framework of what is possible, because even though we possess an advanced level of technical development, this is geared in a particular way, as is the case with every humanity. Therefore, it is possible that, on the Earth, technical trends, and so forth, are pursued which are even more advanced than our capabilities, such as, for example, that electromagnetic teleportation vibrations are generated, which initially manifest themselves in the area of their goal, and then also disappear again without a trace, without allowing their origin to be determined, because no coordinates whatsoever or other traces are able to be pursued and are therefore not verifiable. In that regard, very advanced technologies are also quite possible, therefore, also for humanities which have not yet reached our technical state, because, as mentioned, it is significant to research the direction in which progress is being made in inventions and developments. Also on the Earth, all kind of things are made in secret laboratories belonging to the scientists and the military as well as the secret services, and so forth, about which the public has not the slightest inkling, often not even the mighty and the mightiest of the governments. So, as a rule, cognitions, research results and inventions and so forth, only come to the public through the multifaceted media, and even then is censored, only when everything is already outdated and replaced again by the latest achievements, which are naturally kept secret. But now to again return to the problem of the disappearance of different things in the center. Should people of the Earth's future be in on the act, which more likely to be excluded, nonetheless is still not completely ruled out, then the grounds for the whole thing could rest in the fact that, in the future, your mission will conflict with certain things in a group's plans, for which reason they are trying to hinder or falsify certain things in the center, in their past, which is your present time. Anyway, that corresponds to the whole thing, which would cause all these events in the center, representing a technology, which, although not unknown, is still not available to us, in the manner that we could apply it without hesitation, because we are only at the advanced beginnings of our exploration of this, not, however, that we are already able to develop this for application. With all the incidents that we have inspected in the center in relation to these things, we could quite plainly detect high electromagnetic energy which simply just suddenly made its appearance, without us being able to identify a trace of its transportation to the spot or its approach. The energies were simply suddenly there, coming out of nothingness, and they disappeared again in this same manner, without a possible way for us to detect any traces, nor obtain coordinates. A further possibility, however, as previously mentioned, is that current terrestrial energies and forces are in play which are engendered in secret laboratories and are being tested. And, indeed, where better can such inventions be tested than in the center, whose residents and staff are, for many Earth humans, taken to be eccentrics, dreamers and crackpots. Were you, as the contactee to us extraterrestrials, and the residents of the center and core group members, to go to the general public with the strange experiences of the unexplained disappearance of some things, and other oddities, and to say that happens in the center, then it would be said that that is typical of these nutcases. All things considered, were such tests carried out in other places, then that would excite the public attention, because the deployment of police as well as ghost hunters and perhaps psychologists would be unavoidable. So the center is very well suited for testing in the ways which you have mentioned, along with other similar situations that you have not named today, about which, however, you have already spoken several times with me.
The old song. But there's probably nothing to be done about it. But now I have something else.